Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul EastX Twitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we stream a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight, I'm joined on mic by Tyler.
Hey guys.
And I've got Brandy here next to me.
Hello.
We are streaming One Finger Death Punch 2 from Silver Dollar Games. This is available on Xbox One, Switch, and Steam, so it's on pretty much everything. Are you familiar with One Finger Death Punch, Tyler?
Nope.
Well, as a matter of fact, we did a pre-stream of it once, so I have played it before. I'm a little worried about remembering how to play, so I think we should jump back a couple levels just to make sure we understand what's going on. Do not button mash.
Isn't it like anime or something?
No, that's One Punch Man, not the same thing. Also, we don't want to confuse it with the banned Five Finger Death Punch.
But they're amazing.
Cannot move in
And I refrain from saying it.
enemies to enter the zone.
So you can't move, you wait for enemies to get close to you.
Yuki said
Press B
music's a
to
little
attack
too
the
loud
enemy.
and I'm too soft. Don't call me soft.
That's one of the nicest things he said about you lately, Tyler.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I say mean things about him too.
Okay, what about the game volume now? Is it still too loud? Let me see if I can boost you at all, Tyler.
Yeah, what about the Tyler volume? I turned my mic up a little bit too.
I just turned you up some as well.
Icky, very observant. I am using a new microphone.
He did, yes.
Very good, Icky. Hopefully I sound a little bit better, but maybe I don't. It's not
Weeboo
an
here.
expensive microphone, but the old one I was using had a very bad mic.
What do you have against good headsets, Tyler?
I'm cheap and they're expensive.
Faster. Missing leaves you open to
Well,
enemy.
The PlayStation Golds are really comfortable, but their audio's good, but the microphone is just crazy bad for what it for it being a retail $100 microphone or headset. I mean,
Yeah. How many rounds are there in this? Is there any way to tell?
how are you supposed to know what button to push?
You hit the X for left side enemies and B for right side enemies. Yeah, so it makes good sense. This game does require a lot of concentration, so my fear about streaming this one again is just that it's hard for me to read chat and stuff, but that's what I've got you and Brandy for, so as long as we keep the conversation going, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I've been really practicing my reading, so I think I can get most of the words now.
I'm so glad to hear that, Tyler. I'm very proud of you for making progress. Hey, Lady Kanik!
Thank you. Hey, Lady Kanik. Thank you, Guardian Al. I'm hoping
Yes.
I sound a little better.
Blocking throwing weapons. Okay, let's learn how to do that. So, I really like the simplicity of this game. Just attack it to block it. Okay, that's not bad. Ow! Sometimes enemies take more than one hit, and that can be tricky. Oh god, what was that? I don't remember. I wish I remembered better. What do you mean I should have been playing it earlier, Tyler? I was writing the newsletter.
Oh, I didn't even read that.
God, Tyler, that's cold.
I'll open it up now. I'll delete it without opening it, so it shows where it's on your completion results or your open.
Oh, wonderful.
So mean.
What the heck?
Okay,
Look, I got a weapon for doing well. Oh yeah, super happy.
Hey, is that Hush?
Ow. Hush?
Yeah.
Like the bad guy from Batman?
Yeah.
Good guess, but no.
No, not in the game, in your newsletter.
Oh, no. He does
That's-
look like him though, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not him?
No, it's
Doesn't he get,
Mr.
like,
Negative.
mummy? Oh,
Yeah, he does dress like a mummy. Hush's design is not that great.
okay.
Hey, we're down.
Yeah, Weird Al, glad you made it. Yeah, the game is a bit loud. Can I turn its actual sound down? Let's find out.
How come you didn't watch the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy cartoon?
Because I've had my daughter this whole time, and like, yeah, I mean, technically, she doesn't necessarily need to watch those particular shows in the newsletter either. But like the Harley Quinn one, everyone's like, "Oh, it's adults only," you know, and like I'm just like, okay, I'll wait and watch it when she goes home.
That's what I want to get the DC thing for.
It's really cool.
Does everyone like the Harley Quinn show?
I've heard a lot of positive things about it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Especially since everybody didn't like the movie all that much.
No, I think people who saw the movie liked it pretty well. It just could have
it's a
done
little
better.
bit split, but there are people who really like Birds of Prey.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Ah,
India's 12.
yeah. So you have enemies who can change their color and stuff after you attack them. There's a lot of little mechanics to deal with, you know, and it introduces them gradually, one level at a time, which is a good way to do things. But my challenge is, I got a gun, and then you throw the gun after you run out of bullets.
So
Wouldn't you do that
literally
too, Tyler?
No control
Yes.
over what moves you're doing, just what side you're doing.
Right. You just... Oh, I pulled his heart out. Yeah.
Yeah, about that. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we still have to think about what we want to watch for there and what we don't. Titans, I don't feel so bad about watching with her. Little too much foul language in Titans. Doom Patrol, unfortunately, has just way too many F-bombs. As I mentioned in the newsletter, like, the dialogue... I know there's people who talk that way, but they're not people I would want to hang around. You know, it's like... It's just unnecessary to cuss that much. That's the only thing I don't like about it, because the story and the characters and the acting are great. You ever feel that way about a show or movie, Tyler?
Sorry, I was screwing around with microphone stuff. Where you like things, but you don't like the characters.
Or where it has like needlessly harsh language.
Oh,
You know, am I the only one who feels that way?
Well, I think the new version of, I mean, it's a little bit different, but like the newer episodes of Family Guy, everything after the first couple seasons were just like needlessly crass for like no reason.
That is true.
So something like that. There's shows. It doesn't bug me as much, but I do know people who will be like, oh, the video game I thought was like that was that zombie shooter. It's a railgun shooter.
House of the Dead Overkill?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're absolutely right about that
Completely
one.
unnecessarily, overly, swear words and crude and yeah. But it was fun.
I have to
It was
agree.
a cool premise.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like dialogue writing, some people get a lot of pleasure just from hearing a lot of cuss words, but I would say the majority of people, or at least a little bit more, don't specifically feel that way. I don't know.
Icky, I would compare one of them to even worse than Deadpool. There's one character played by Brendan Fraser, who's gotten really fat.
Yeah, he's my favorite character in the show, except he says so many F-bombs.
I mean, like every time he says something,
Yeah,
there's like
it's
two or three of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
crazy.
practically every line, and it's just like, why so much? That is not how most people talk, and I don't especially like to hear it. And it's weird because it's not a badly written show. Like, the story that is happening is smart and interesting, and lots of great jokes and stuff. It's just their attitude towards the F word is much different from my attitude.
Hey,
You're right,
Heaven's too much.
And Heaven Smiles right. That is what House of the Dead Overkill was going for, but I still found it annoying. That's just me. Like, a normal rated R movie, like a normal level of cussing that you would get in a rated R movie, doesn't bug me at all. It's just when they super amp it up, then it pushes me away.
Cliff. His name's Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff Steele, Robot Man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Robot Man in the picture, Tyler? You could tell which one is him because he looks like a big old-fashioned robot.
Yeah, like with the big jaw or whatever.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks cool.
I think so, too. I mean, that's how he looks just like that in the comic. They did a really good job adapting his appearance for the show.
Nice. This game's not on PS4. You should ask
Oh, wow.
She asked the developers why it never came to PS4.
Uh-oh. Then I feel bad about saying it was on PS4.
I can't find it anywhere.
Well, that's a downer.
Did it just come out in February?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just PS4 got the, the second tier, like we can't get them all out at once, so we'll do these ones and then go back and work on the others.
Yeah, that does happen.
But yeah, it's on Switch, Xbox, and Steam, and GOG.
Yeah, which is just PC without copy protection. Yeah, that one I actually beat. Okay, I'm getting better. Panda P asks, the Star Wars movie that we're giving away in 4K this time, you redeem it on moviesanywhere.com. So if you have digital movie accounts, you better have a Movies Anywhere account, and you should have your other accounts linked to it, like Vudu, Amazon, whatnot. Because Movies Anywhere is like the main way that digital movies are distributed nowadays, besides Vudu. You have one, don't you, Tyler?
A what?
An MA account, Movies Anywhere.
I do. I usually go through Vudu, but yeah, I mean, you have to have an MA account basically at this point in your life if you watch digital anything.
We think it is a North American code, a US only code, probably. Yeah, that's a good question, Panda P. I should have thought of that. Heaven Smile, I think they might have eventually given it to all the affiliates. You can watch us in 480p. That's so good to hear. Yeah, and we're also giving out Xmorph. One of our viewers gave us an Xmorph code. Icky, who gave us the Xmorph code? Or Tyler? I can't really look right now. 1, 2, 3. Because we want to thank them, whoever it is.
Wasn't it Homie Drew?
Homie Drew gave us very good. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that, Homie Drew.
Keep unmuting the stream instead of unmuting the microphone. I don't know why.
That was this right here.
Amateur
Kung
hour.
Fu Guitar Hero.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. It's got a nice rhythm component to it. This is really fun. Like, I don't know if I capture the fun of it just in the appearance of it, but I like it a lot.
He was very excited.
Yeah. Also, that Hidden Through Time game, I went back and played that some more. I guess you missed that, didn't you, Tyler? It was last week's pre-stream game.
Yeah.
Which is a hidden object game like I Spy or Where's Waldo.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a little harder, though.
I don't think it's overly hard. It's fair. It gives you clues for where the things are. And also, people can make their own levels and share them online, which is neat.
One of the guys' online clues was, why don't you use your brain for once?
Yeah, that was rude. He was being lazy. And some of the clues were in Italian for one of them, because I guess an Italian dude made it. Interestingly, there's a bunch of achievements for playing online user-created levels, but there's not even one achievement for making your own level. You'd think they'd want to encourage people to make levels, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Royal Bob, glad to see you!
Yeah, he mentions playing this. I think he was like an Xbox Live indie game fiend, so I'm sure he remembers this game.
Yeah, probably the first one, I would imagine.
Yeah, the first one.
So, having fun. I think I'm kind of caught up on the mechanics, and now we're going to levels I haven't played before. Congratulations, Panda P! What was he entering for? The Steam game? Ooh, I got a sword.
Extend your attack range for 3 times.
This game shows a nice appreciation for actual martial arts movies and stuff, like it's using a lot of, I don't know what you'd say, motifs or whatever from them.
Okay, but is it doing the what stuff?
Yeah, there is some of that. And the announcer, he sounds like a Japanese guy with a thick accent.
That's good.
Does it sound like a white dude doing a bad Japanese impression, or does it sound like actual?
That's hard to say. He's like, you can do... he probably is actually Asian, but I couldn't tell you.
Is Easter stuff...
It's definitely a bit
annoying?
exaggerated.
Royal Bob said something about Easter being over in Animal Crossing.
If you attack while locked, you'll take damage. How do I know when I can... That's weird.
Little thing around it, I guess.
Ah, I have to wait till it says to attack. Get ready, then you attack. So some of it's about the performance of it. Hey, Snux. Yes, definitely, that is true. That's a good thing about Steam codes. We need more Steam fans, more PC gamers, because we give out lots of codes for those, and there's not much competition nowadays. Ow!
I can't say much. Before I met you, I only gamed on PC. So,
PC game is not bad either. I used to do a little bit of it myself, but I've kind of grown away from it after building such great libraries of console games. I got a chainsaw, yeah! Oh crap. That's what they get. Slow time. How about that combo? Ow. I'm in danger of not getting a good rating if I keep missing. So Tyler, what have you been up to today?
I did some Funko stuff, which was cool. And
Like, you went to a swap, or what do you mean?
yeah, well, like an online kind of version of it because no one can really get together.
Yeah, Tyler, I don't want you to be irresponsible during the quarantine.
Nope, I would never.
Good.
And I ate some pizza.
Achievement!
And
Yeah!
yeah, that's about it.
Ooh, I got a skill point. This is the first time I've gotten one, I think.
Spend gems to power up skills.
Hey, Chicago, we're glad to see you. Also, hi, Shih Tzu on you. I didn't get to say hi earlier.
Shih Tzu on you.
Yeah, okay, so gain addition... Okay. Alright, all skills are passive. Skills activate automatically over time. Oh, I have 5 skill points. Okay, cool. Firestorm. Kill... I don't know what to pick. Summon a random set of weapons. The ability kills a boss instantly. That's kind of neat. Instantly kill a brawler. Gain additional daggers. Sniper rifle. Windmill. Wow, there's a whole lot of options here. Kills any enemy in one hit. That's a chainsaw. All enemies have 1 hit. Yeah, I want medic for sure. Heals 1 point of life. Absorb 1 point of damage. Let's do that. Slow down. Definitely want that. And range. That sounds good.
Oh wow, it's raining
Neat.
heavily. Cool.
Ooh. We got some rain a couple days ago. We wanted to go for a walk, but we couldn't because of the rain. I'm not muted.
Okay.
Tyler's making weird sounds, though.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry, hold on.
It's all... Tutorial complete. Yeah. Alright, now what do we got? Meditating. He got up all dramatically. Oh, look at that. He's doing a kata. Oh no, bad guys on every side. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's kicking some butt. Green guys, they're no match for him. Gray guys, red guys. Oh, red guys get hit with a stick. Blue guys are in trouble. Oh, he shot those dudes. Yay, Tech Guy, thank you for the subscription. We appreciate it. Yeah, we have a few of our longtime subscribers who I noticed ran out this week. I hope they'll stop by and subscribe. Yay. This is a really nice little animation there.
is 6 months paper.
Alright, so here's the actual campaign map. Wow, I've never seen it before. Alright, let's do it. 6 months paper or metal, is that like an anniversary thing? Is that what he's talking about?
I know 1 year anniversary is paper.
We're coming up on that before too long.
Hey, Mr. Magic Feet.
Mr. Magic Feet.
I'm so glad you remembered our anniversary, Paul.
How could I ever forget, T-Dog? Well, I know that we've been friends for at least 5 years because the stream's been going for 5 years. Yeah, I like that sound. Thank you for the subscription. Who subscribed? Simius. Very awesome of you, Simius. What a good dude. Tyler, out of all your PS Not friends, and I'm not just saying this, Simius has to be the nicest one. Oops.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Like, you're not just saying it, but yeah, he's actually not overtly negative all the time, like several other of them, including myself.
You're only negative when there's a lot of dialogue.
I think you have the ability to not be sarcastic sometimes, Tyler, so that puts you ahead of several of them. Oh, try again.
Sarcasm.
Did I die? Ow.
I think so.
Okay. Ouch.
Yes.
Oh, you got punched in the face.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, let's try again.
Okay, I think I got my microphone off, my headset all fixed. The audio is imbalanced and coming out more from one side than the other, so I had to mess around with the settings.
Okay, I hope it's
He
working
was
all
thinking
right.
too much about y'all's anniversary, so he got killed.
Aw.
Yeah, you know how those super fancy headsets are where they don't have the balance correct.
Yes, there's a lot of settings to have to mess around with.
I still think that looks like Guitar Hero.
There's nothing wrong with Guitar Hero, even though the Rock Band games were like 100 times better once they came out.
Simius is the only guy I know that's as close to as good as me at Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Oh, really?
He's pretty good. He's pretty good at it.
I didn't realize you were unusually good yourself, Tyler.
Oh yeah, I'm very talented. Actually, the Beatles asked me to join them after they saw how well I played. See, if I knew a current band, it could have actually been a good joke, but I don't. Can't think of a single current band.
Five Finger Death Punch, hello.
Five Finger Death Punch.
I don't know who they are. Marilyn Manson asked me to join his band. Nine Inch
he's
Nails,
just weird.
which is.
But
what
you had too many ribs, so he.
It's mostly Trent Reznor, but there's more.
That's true. He has other people play too.
And
Is that the
Marilyn
whole level?
Manson is just looking old and hurt, so...
Ugh. Tyler's a rock star. Achievement! Yay! I have the power. Got a revenge token. Well, what is a revenge token?
You can revenge someone on it.
Guardian L is not very good at rhythm games, apparently.
I'm bad at them too.
I was only good at the singing part.
I'm bad
can
at
sing
that
it.
too.
That was about it.
I'm not the best at them, but remember, this game only has two kinds of inputs you can do, left or right, right?
Yeah,
so
this
it's-
one isn't.
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Yeah. This looks like a fun little game. Like I said, I wish it was on PlayStation. I wouldn't mind checking it out. You know, a little, fun to get into for a little while without, cramming your brain too much. Learning a million new things.
Yeah, and you can play just a few levels at a time. It is only $9 on console and $1 less on Steam for some reason.
I'm surprised it's not on mobile. Maybe it is.
It would be perfectly mobile friendly.
Yeah.
Ah. Kicking
So I
butt.
think the only way to succeed on mobile is you're free to play, and then you have to put like in-game purchases and stuff.
Yeah, they would have to do that. Probably turn off ads and, I don't know, more stamina or some crap.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do it, but I mean, there's always ways.
Indeed. It's money on the table, developers.
PvP. Everybody likes to prove that they're a big dog.
You can have a clan, you can have a friends list, and you can delete them when they haven't played for a week. That's the mobile
That's
experience
just
right there.
you, hun.
Dang it, a little too early. Speed lowered, 1%. We're doing alright. Beat the level, 3 misses. So, oh, I got a trophy. Okay, what does that do, though?
Trophies are
Heck
way
if
better
I
than
know.
achievements.
Stotch posted that weird picture in Discord. What was that all about?
It was about Xbox fanboys.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's not based on anything, I don't think.
you post it and say, write a story about this. And our kids go, what?
Yes, that is what they would say. If anything, like, Xbox fanboys are a dying breed, wouldn't you say?
Why?
Well, because
they're
PlayStation...
less than they were last generation, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, PlayStation just has more market dominance for several years now, so...
Yeah.
It's not like, God, everywhere you go, you got people who are too into Xbox breathing down your neck. It doesn't work that way.
I never really played on an Xbox before I met you.
See? That's part of the problem.
But I'm talking about like 13 years of PlayStation, at least.
Yeah, because PlayStation's
Probably
awesome.
more like 17.
Well, people, a lot of...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there is a lot of mindless brand loyalty, more for PlayStation, and maybe Nintendo too, but especially PlayStation. There's... But... I mean, it did have all the advantages other than like hardware quality this gen, right? So.
Oh, this is similar to Kung Fury. That's a good point, Guardiano.
Yeah, but Kung Fury is mildly painful to watch. This is just fun. So. It had some good parts.
I mean, I can understand why, like 2 generations ago, why people would be PlayStation fanboys, because it was pretty objectively the best console of, that generation.
Yes.
But...
Or at least library-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to, like, the overall experience, which games play a huge role in that, I don't know which one was technically more powerful or things like that. But
Oh, the original Xbox was way more powerful.
was it?
Yes.
I'm sure the GameCube was super powerful. It was a cube.
The GameCube actually was also more powerful than the PS2, It had a few things holding it back, like the tiny discs meant that games couldn't be as big.
Those discs.
Yes, it was
Why does
silly.
Nintendo have to be different?
They're not afraid to be different for no reason, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the PS2, more powerful than the Dreamcast, but weaker than the GameCube and the Xbox. But the library, it was so popular that it got wonderful software support.
Right. And the other two weren't popular. I mean, the GameCube wasn't getting anything ported to it with the discs and that sort of stuff, but
Yeah.
Xbox just didn't gain enough traction. But then, yeah, PlayStation dropped the ball pretty hard in the early PS3 stages. They had a lot of ground to make up.
But make it up they did.
And then Xbox did the exact same thing this generation.
Yes, sadly. But Xbox's downward spiral started kind of late in the 360 generation.
Absolutely, it did.
Once Matrick and his ilk took over, they stopped producing exclusives. They had all these dumb TV and Kinect initiatives,
Yep.
These are all things that gamers did not want.
They kind of built that they were like the first real home for indie games, and then they completely gave it up by the end of that. Because I mean, I remember, like, you couldn't even get one indie game to release a week at the end of the 360 generation.
That is true. I like the bunny ears, homie Drew. What is on R2? Darker Player asks. X-Morph Defense.
Oh, round 2.
Oh, I didn't know Kung Fury's game actually came to PS4. Like, I played it on Steam, I think it was, for Windows Central back in the day.
Yeah, it's on consoles as well. It's just like a $5 game, I believe.
In my review, which I don't know if they added to it eventually, but in my review I said it was boring. Because it's boring. This is not boring.
At least you get a gun in this one.
Yeah, there's interesting weapons and lots of good unlockables and stuff.
I like the artwork that comes up in the back.
Yeah. Like, it has a really simple main art style, but then it still has some more detailed art here and there like that.
Yeah, the art is interesting. I don't know that I love it, but I don't hate it. It's definitely different. Like, how you have the super simple characters and then the detailed backgrounds, and people fly in that have like detailed or not sprites but detailed portraits or whatever.
That's a good way to put it. So Tyler, have you been playing anything lately? Besides Animal Crossing, of course.
Stardew Valley. It's the last game I played.
And you're not still playing it?
I finished everything I wanted to do with it. I put in a lot of hours into it.
Did you marry anyone? Is that a thing you can do in Stardew Valley?
Yes, I did, and yes, I did.
You had a baby with the...
We had 2 babies. I got a trophy for having 2 babies.
Way to go. Specifically for 2 babies.
And then I started romancing up one of the other girls, but I didn't finish to see if I could do that. But I googled it. And you can't get divorced.
Aw.
But you can kind of just woo every character. So if you want to see every cutscene and stuff, you can kind of do that, which I kind of wish they wouldn't have allowed you, or made you get a separation before you could do that. But there's not that.
It's funny. Are they just not aware that you have somebody else?
Right, exactly. It doesn't really. The game doesn't, notice that you are if you're trying to woo someone who's already married, then it forces you not to. But if you're already married, it still is wide open. And there's actually a trophy for getting the maximum amount of love from all the single characters. So.
Huh.
Is this like a Sims game?
It's a farming simulation.
Kinda. I mean, yeah, it's not as simious. That's funny. Simi as Sims.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think his name came from?
It's more like Animal Crossing than Sims, but yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely
Just like a
simulation.
sub, I guess, idea of the game.
Yeah. And then there's a lot more farming. I guess Harvest Moon is probably the best comparison, more than Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I don't think she's seen that either.
We did one Harvest game on here, was it not that one?
It was a spin-off of... Oh, yeah, you're right, we did. We did that Harvest Moon minigame thing. But yeah, that was a spin-off of an actual farming simulation, which also had relationship things you could do. Because part of farming... Obviously, a big part of farming is finding somebody with whom to plant your own seeds, if you know what I'm saying. So,
wow.
Yeah.
We're going back to biology now.
I mean, that's apparently a huge part of it.
Yeah, the relationship stuff is actually pretty minimal. For some of the realism it's like your wife is like a cow or something. It's she gave birth in the night or something. It was what?
Oh.
There's no
Matt.
noticing she's pregnant or taking care of anything or anything at all. You just get this notification one night when you go to sleep that she gave birth in the night.
Just popped right out.
Yep. You know how pregnancies are, human pregnancies.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you don't even know the girl's pregnant.
Goes.
Yep, all of a sudden. Skill points are...
Pregnant?
So, if skill points are off the beaten path, what does that mean? Where is there anything off the beaten path for me to go to? Is that... Yeah.
I love that irony.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I think that actually is part of what they're thinking, but
Hey, it happens around here a lot. You know that.
how do I... This map is confusing. But, okay, we'll go that way. I see, you push A and then he goes to where you say, right? And then...
And
Why
is
not-
there
yeah.
anything on not
I don't know why the cursor is like this.
the main path?
Yeah, which one's not the main path and which one is?
I have no idea.
Oh, Thyrinia, I wouldn't have pegged you for a farm girl. I think Mongbox was too.
My family owns a farm. Does that count?
Hey, that's something. It's more than I can say.
We don't usually farm there. They do rent it out to somebody who has
Ah,
cows and stuff. But mostly my dad just goes hunting. Or used to.
yeah, he was big into that, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Dang it! Stop missing Paul. Have you ever been to a farm, Tyler?
Yeah, well, I've been to Idaho a few times. I don't know what definition of farm is, but I've been around a lot of farm animals and stuff. I don't know that they harvest it or whatever, but
What is a farm? Tyler asks.
Where agriculture happens, whether it be
That guy has one in his neighborhood. I think if I beat this level, I get a skill point. There's a little spinny thing below it. I'm thinking that's what that is.
Whether it be
Giveaway coming up for X-Morph Defense, donated by Homie Drew. Thank you so much, Homie Drew.
what defense?
X-Morph Defense, like aliens or something.
Is that part of the XCOM series?
It is not.
Dang.
Although
I
they
always
may...
played that. I love it.
It could be they were trying to evoke that.
Yeah, with the name, I actually think they are, now that you mention it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put that together, but it makes
Hey,
sense.
Kill. So Idaho is.
Killick's here, yay!
I don't
Cool.
think he said that. I
What
think
is
he just said
Idaho,
he's
anyway?
visited Idaho where there are.
I mean,
farms.
Idaho is basically a farm, yeah.
What brought you there?
I have family up there. It's just
Yeah.
one state north of me, so it's not like it's a...
Tower defense.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I loved XCOM. A lot of saving.
Yay. I got a skill point. Alright, let's go skills. Yeah, buddy. Okay. And I just want to put everything into stuff that keeps me alive longer. So,
I
these seem...
broke one of the XCOM games.
What do you mean?
My defense on Earth was so much that basically I killed any time they came in, but I didn't have the research yet to go to their planet and kill them.
Huh.
So I got bored and stopped.
Well, that's too bad. Tyler, didn't you want to play one of the XCOMs on PlayStation?
No. I should have.
I was always a little interested, but that kind of game, like, it takes quite a lot of time to become
Yeah,
rewarding,
you have to be, like,
know?
ready to dedicate some time to learn the game and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. I prefer more intuitiveness.
So I loved it. I just got to a point where I was too strong.
Is there a lot of story in those games?
If you include everything you have to learn to get to do what you need to do, yes. But the base
Sniper rifle.
story, no.
Oh. Look at that. Snipe the crap out of him. Crap.
Yes, Icky, I love them. I played
Ooh, I
almost
got a
all
spear.
of them.
Bring it on. This is so fun, you guys. You just got to get into the zone. Obviously, it would be a little bit easier to play without talking to friends and whatnot, but... Hey, achievement!
Yeah, wrote them exactly down.
Yeah, for sure.
Tornado kick 15 times.
Nice. Go, Paul. Always doing those tornado kicks. That's why they call me Tornado Paul. Oh, I killed the crap out of those guys. Brutal.
I was talking about the first game I ever did today.
The first... Oh, right. What was your first game? Daggerfall?
Daggerfall.
Yay.
Elder Scrolls 2.
Paul Guac. That doesn't sound right. But here's the thing. My favorite color does
He
not...
loves guacamole, no.
I do love guacamole.
Love.
Can you believe I never had guacamole until last year, though, Tyler? Never in my life had I had it.
Really?
Until,
Seriously?
yeah, until I started working at the taco shack, and then I tried it, and I think Brandy might have been there, but I tried it since we had it there, and I was like, oh, that's good, you know? And
Yeah,
now
I mean,
do
I was a
love it to
late in
death.
life guacamole lover too. I don't know why, but yeah, avocados and guacamole are delicious.
First time.
You never knew. That's crazy.
I never liked it until I was pregnant with Mackenzie,
Aw.
and she craved it all the time.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
every day.
She does like it a lot.
She does.
Okay. Played that for 2 days with a friend on phone, both playing on PC. And, well, how'd you get chicken? Icky's saying he got chicken pox through the phone. That's something you don't hear every day. Power weapons kill in one hit. Yeah. What are you doing, Tyler? Mute before you start licking your mic.
Sorry.
Should we say through the phone?
Oh, this
Exclamation
nice
mark.
dramatic level. Players will be given a power weapon that can't be dropped. Power weapon
It's
level.
like a lightsaber.
Yeah, it's fun. Nice dramatic music and stuff too.
Avocados on sandwiches are delicious.
Are they?
Yeah.
Every time I've eaten an avocado, which is not very often, they're just kind of flavorless.
They're a little light on flavor, but I think they're real good. I mean, I usually do with something else, like on a sandwich. Like I wouldn't just start spooning out an avocado, but like on a sandwich or like on burritos. Del Taco puts them on some of their burritos, and they're really good.
That sounds neat.
Street tacos. Yum.
Yeah, I had those on Tuesday. They're good.
Nice.
The avocado on them. Amazing.
Yeah, I don't want the onions that are traditionally on a street taco, but they're really good when I get them without it. I can't take it right now.
Yeah,
I
get
love
cilantro.
avocado.
I get cilantro and onions.
Yeah, the cilantro is
I've never
good.
had avocado
Me
on
too.
a street taco.
And lots of lime. Lots of lime.
Definitely lots of lime, yes.
I don't like lime that much.
Dang, it's one of my favorite flavorings.
Tacos al pastor.
Whoa, what just happened?
Now I want street tacos, which is
I know, and now
tough because
TC is
everything's
gone,
closed.
so there's no easy way to get street tacos anymore.
Everything's closed.
That
Really?
too.
Well,
There's like
ours,
Mexican restaurants on every other block here that have street tacos and every Mexican dish.
It was just more
Yeah.
convenient when they were around and you could do drive-through and whatnot.
we have them. It's just a lot of them are either closed or doing just only takeout, only drive-by.
Thank you.
Some people that haven't delivered before, it costs you like $5 to $10 extra just to have it taken to your house. So
Sorry for muting in the middle of what you were saying. Yeah,
fine.
the delivery does add a lot to the cost. Have you done any unusual food delivery during this time, Tyler?
No. I mean, I don't like delivery of food, especially for hot food. Like, I just don't do it. I'd rather just eat at home or get quick fast food. Because, like, fast food doesn't need to be hot. It's kind of just garbage food anyway. But, like, I ordered a sub that was a hot sub, and it took, like, 45 minutes to get to me, and it was terrible. And it was my fault for ordering a hot sub via delivery, but it's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it just got cold and gross.
That's too bad. Fast food doesn't need to be hot, huh? Tell that to French fries.
I mean, French fries are way better hot, but they're still edible at, like, a lukewarm temperature.
It depends on the individual fries. I think some fries are just no good after they get... But you're right, as long as they're lukewarm, that's okay. All the way cold, not so good.
we've just been eating in more. So
Yeah, definitely. We save money that way, although we do spend a lot at the grocery store.
But I'm running out of new things to cook, so I'm just kind of like,
Hey, it doesn't always have to be new. Spaghetti, pizza, these are excellent standbys. Speed raised? No, don't raise the speed. Anything with that. It's fast enough as it is. Ah, there's so much stuff going on.
I agree with you, Al.
That was
Yeah,
frantic.
delivery is also expensive. A lot of places are doing it for free, but you still need to tip the delivery driver.
Yeah.
And really, you need to tip them pretty well, because, I mean, I can't imagine that... I assume they don't make anything right from, like, DoorDash.
That's a good question. I couldn't tell you. But I'm sure that
Yeah.
they need the
DoorDash-
tips for it to be worthwhile, certainly.
Right.
Right. Almost all of them, I think they maybe would give them minimum wage, maybe. And that's even just a big maybe, because basically you're doing it... They have to approve you, but almost anybody who has a good license and can do it. So, you know, you're basically living on what they give you. But the thing is you're paying $5 to get it delivered to you, then you're supposed to give them at least a $5 tip. So by the time you're done with it, it would cost you less gas to just go pick it up.
Yeah.
So,
Heaven Smile is apparently eating a bunch of liquid pancakes. Heaven Smile, do you mean that you're
Liquid
preparing them before eating them? Please tell me you're preparing them.
Is that like liquid smoke or something?
No,
I don't
hiccup.
know what liquid pancakes. I've made hot dogs in the oven with liquid smoke, and they taste really good.
That's weird.
It tastes like they're grilled, but they're not. It's
Did I mention how
hilarious.
weird that is?
I can also roast corn in the oven. I'm
You
good
can
like
roast
that.
corn in the oven?
Yes.
Well, that does not sound bad. It's the liquid smoke part. What's going on with that?
It's just, it gives it a smoky flavor.
Huh.
Like you would get if you were grilling it outside on a charcoal grill.
Okay, now I see the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kama. These bladed weapons. Ninja Turtles use them sometimes. Man, I'm kicking a lot of butts.
Yes, you are.
Dang it. Don't do that, Paul. This is one of those games, though, where you can't pay a whole lot of attention to what's going on visually beyond what's right next to your character,
Right.
you know?
Especially when it's going fast.
Yeah, so... It's like, I can't tell normally how many enemies I have left or anything like that. I don't know if it's saying it somewhere on the screen, but, like, I'm totally focused on the 2 lines next to my guy.
I haven't even noticed.
So, Tyler, I have recently been watching a lot of TV. You know, we finished Lock and Key, and then we started watching Titans. We finished the whole series, 2 seasons they made so far, and there's a 3rd on the way. We finished that. Then we started watching Doom Patrol. So have you and I talked about Titans at all? Well, you know, it is a superhero show, Tyler. I would say it's the most movie-like of the superhero shows. Although the computer graphics sometimes for, like, some of the superhuman things they'll do, like somebody jumping unnaturally high or that kind of thing, might look a little bad. But the costumes are good, the casting is really good. And there are some F-bombs. We were talking about F-bombs earlier. There's some F-bombs, but, like, not so many that it's distracting. It's, like, more of a normal amount. So, that's one thing I have to say about that. But you're probably not too familiar with the Teen Titans in general, are you?
Not really. I mean, I know what they are, but that's about it. I never got into them.
Well, you know, the idea is it's like a mature, dark take on the team and the concept, you know? And it's... You know, they just call them the Titans, and they make some things more realistic. Like, for instance, there's a character who's supposed to have green skin in the comics and the cartoons and everything else, right? But in the show, he just has green hair. And I guess that makes it a little more believable, or it's more believable that he could walk around without everybody gawking at him.
Congrats, Jono.
Yay, Jono! But I was really impressed by how close to the actual comic the storytelling is. Like, it's not directly adapting any particular comic stories, but it feels a lot like a comic, you know? It feels like, even though Superman doesn't show up in the show, it feels like he could, you know, and it wouldn't be weird. It's not like they had do you remember that show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was like a Marvel spin-off show on ABC?
I mean, yeah, I remember it existing. I never watched it.
Well, one thing people didn't like about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was it didn't feel like it existed in the same world as the actual superheroes. You know, it's like they're talking about superheroes, but you're never ever going to see one, you know, and they can barely mention them. And, you know, in contrast, Titans feels more like you could run across actual superheroes. I mean, it has more characters. Bruce Wayne is in it. You don't see him as Batman, but at least he's in it, you know, and that kind of thing. Like, there's just more comic book details that make it feel like it's a part of the real DC universe. So that's pretty cool about it, I think.
Sounds interesting.
There's
I
a
watched-
fair amount of blood, even a little bit of nudity, Tyler.
I watched 2 or
Oh, boy.
3 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it got really... I don't know. I just lost interest after a while.
I think it was season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was actually super good, and I loved it. But, yeah, it took a while to get there. Like, I stopped watching season 3.
Yeah, I mean,
I never went back and watched it.
I heard that a lot about that show.
Yeah, there was...
The real dedicated actually ended up seeing anything. Ooh, a struggle.
Yeah, that was interesting. New mechanic.
You're
And I
using
mean...
Super Saiyan powers on him.
Yes. Like you have to do sometimes. But yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is about these people who supposedly know Thor and Captain America and whatnot, but you will never, you know, they never appeared. They never would have.
Yeah.
'Cause they just couldn't get permission to use them. So, in contrast, comparing Titans to other DC shows, you know, there's a lot of DC live-action shows because of the CW. You know, there's Green Arrow and Flash and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Supergirl, even. But in contrast, those shows change a lot about the world and the characters, you know? Like, those shows may have a character called the Atom, but he's nothing like the real Atom from the comics or anything, right? But like in contrast, the characters who appear on Titans are very close to their real counterparts, you know. So that's one reason why it feels more authentic. Like the CW shows change so much, and the casting is often quite bad that it doesn't feel like it's really those characters.
I think the CW shows kind of devolve a little bit to appeal to a much broader audience, and whereas someone who's subscribing to a DC Universe streaming service is obviously going to be a hardcore comic book fan.
Hey, that's a fair point, Tyler.
Okay, so in the middle top, it'll tell you how many enemies you have left.
Ah. Yeah, Darker Player, we'll see if that ever actually happens. The Rock, like, signed on to play Black Adam, like, 3 years ago, and they still haven't started making a movie. Oh, that's good, Guardian Al, because that was another thing, is, like, Flash Season 2 has this arc, and it's horrible, and, like, it's just a whole season of badness, because they're stretching this not even very good story across way too many episodes. So I'm glad that they're improving on that kind of stuff some. Yeah, I know, The Rock is already pretty old. But he just keeps getting bigger. By the time they get around to making the movie, he's going to be like twice as big as he is now. He is all about those
Guardian's
steroids.
talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the split.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're right, that does make sense. Because that really good season that I talked about, like, half of the season was devoted to Ghost Rider, and half of it was devoted to this Matrix-like scenario. And both halves were pretty good. So,
Interesting. How come so many characters have the name Black in their name? Isn't that racist?
it depends. Like with Black Lightning, he was created in, you know, like as a blaxploitation character, but that's a bit racist in itself, right?
Right.
But I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, just let people know. You know, like black people need to know that they're represented. So put it in the name, and it helps you out a little bit. Plus, black's a cool color.
How come Black Widow isn't black?
That's a good question. Why isn't she Russian in the movies? She's supposed to be Russian.
She pretends to be for like a few minutes in what, Civil War or whatever.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, like in every other animated movie or video game or whatever, she's always got a Russian accent. But Scarlett Johansson, no Russian accent. But they made her more of a little bit more of a diplomat in the Marvel movies, so not having the accent would help with that. You know, like communicating with government officials and all that kind of crap.
Yeah,
I do like her.
They did make her super boring. You're right.
No, I'm fine with her too. I'm just observing that it's a difference, that she does not come across as Russian in those movies.
Was Falcon's name ever Black Falcon?
It need to be?
Thankfully, no. It was always just the Falcon.
Okay.
Does she need to be Russian? No, I don't know. It's just a part of her character. But
I saw a funny thing that like she's, you know, played her part in like 10 years of Marvel movies and never had a starring role, and it was finally her turn, and then this coronavirus comes out and now she doesn't get a chance. I mean, it's gonna get delayed, but you know, just talking about bad luck there.
yeah, it is some bad luck.
I think she's okay. She's got a lot of other stuff going on, too.
She does. She acts a lot. And she's not like The
Yeah.
Rock where she acts in mostly bad movies.
Yeah, no. She plays a lot of really good parts. So.
Whoa.
One of our bosses at the district level, her last name is Johansson, so we always call her Scarlet.
Okay.
It's not her name, but that's what we call her.
Oh. Why not? There's chanting now.
I agree, there's tons of stuff.
Oh,
that's
did you see
being
that tiger
delayed
thing?
that,
Yeah, it's a real shame. I mean, a lot of parts of life have to go on pause until the disease is more under control.
and my daughter's asking me, when are we going to go back to school? Like, I have no idea.
It's like, you're telling me when you're gonna go back to school.
Yeah, poor little girl, she was under the impression that she was still going to have the school play, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
all that is gone.
She's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I don't know the songs. I don't know the songs. I was like, baby, there's no play. But I gotta learn them. I only know one of them. Baby, it's okay. There is no play.
Yeah. Tyler, did you know that I used to organize indie concerts and things like that?
Yeah, you'd mentioned it before.
Yeah, and even a small gaming convention once here locally in Texas, and I helped out with another one. But I've semi-regularly, like maybe once a year, I have a bad dream about like there's a concert or a convention, and we've done zero preparation, and like I get up on stage and like we just don't have any entertainment, that kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This that still haunts me to this day, even though I don't do that stuff anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common. I still have that with high school stuff. Like, I didn't do my homework or things. You know, I think it's a pretty common
That was
concept
cool.
of a dream.
I have college ones like that where it's the final and I hadn't been going to
Yeah.
the class or anything.
Yeah, I have it with high school for some reason. Like, I haven't been going to my class, but now I have some way behind and stuff.
Yeah, the only high school one I ever had it with was orchestra. College, I had it with tons of classes.
Oh. I never had that about college. Maybe because I was so well prepared in college. You know, like I would work on my school stuff all day long, and I would always get an A or an A minus at the lowest. You know, and so it's just like, I guess I was never too worried about it. But yeah, lucky for me though. It was hard to live that way though, not playing games and stuff like I normally would want to do, not going out, not having a girlfriend part of the time. One of my exes, she was basically like giving me a hard time about not having found somebody new back then. And I was like, I've been busy with school, you know? It's like, she really didn't seem to understand it. But it was a big priority for me. Ah, dang. Speaking of which, Tyler, what's going on with your online classes?
They're going all right. I don't really love online classes, but they're all right. Just got a few weeks left, so just kind of, working through them as best I can. Teachers, for the most part, for this semester anyway, are being pretty lenient for most things. You know, the students weren't anticipating transfers like this, teachers weren't, so I think they're wanting to see students put in their best effort, but it's not quite as critical.
I hope not.
But our summer classes are going to be online. I think most schools are going to go towards that as well. Or canceling summer school outright if it's like more of a traditional four-year university that doesn't really have a lot of summer attendance anyway.
Wow.
But ours are already transitioned to online.
I would just think that schools would need the income, so canceling summer would be a hard thing to do.
Right, like we couldn't as a community college, and really probably any state-funded school couldn't because people are paying a lot in tax money to have colleges open and available to them. But like private institutions or things like that. I think I saw Berkeley was, although I think Berkeley is part of the Cal system, but I don't remember.
Sorry. Icky, I agree. It's going to be months.
Yes, and we still have a certain kind of political person who's in denial about the level of the problem and all this, and they're like, it's about time that we start things back up again, you know, and they say this stupid BS, and there's like, man, it must be like 30% or more of our population that actually believes that dumb crap. And we have, people outside not, like, yeah, businesses may be observing the quarantine, but you'll see people in groups outside sometimes and stuff. Do you see that any, Tyler?
Do what now?
People hanging out in groups, like playing football at apartments and things like that. Like,
yeah. I see it a lot with kids.
Walmart. Go to Walmart when they first opened. There was 120 people sitting around the door, and I'm just like, what are y'all doing? I just waited in my car.
Yeah, I'll be sad if the Xbox X gets delayed too. That would really suck.
I hope the consoles don't get delayed.
I
actually don't care about the... To be fair, I don't care about the Xbox X, but if the PlayStation 5 gets delayed, I'll be upset.
That's cold, Tyler. Real cold.
I worry about the small businesses and stuff, because they were already,
Yes.
Yeah, they're screwed anyway.
I keep reading articles about, like, local bookstores and movie stores going out of business in Austin and San Francisco and Louisiana and stuff. It's not great.
Nope.
And a lot of people are filing for unemployment, and I mean, I'm just glad we still have a job.
Yeah, we're so lucky as teachers that we you know, we still get paid, and our work actually got easier than it was before.
Yeah,
Like,
it's one area. Teachers, like, I mean, it's funny. We've had some discussions like that. Teachers are really lucking out on this one. Because now, I mean, you have the responsibility to extend, because, like, you are still teaching, right, and providing content.
Yes.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
recording
Not
videos and
babysitting
making lessons.
anymore. Like, it's the parent's
Nope.
job to actually watch the student and deal with the misbehaving and stuff. which
Yes,
is
like
half or more of what teaching is in the first place.
you're especially at the high school level.
Yeah.
I have to share that the one I
Perfect.
showed you, the meme where it's
Oh, yeah.
the you know, parents are like, you're gonna have to help me with my student. It's like, we don't know what you're doing. They don't act this way in our classroom. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I would love to tell a parent that. But no, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, bad attitudes. You know, like, if I have 100 kids, then in a regular day, I'm going to have bad attitudes from, like, 30 plus kids, right? At where we teach. But, like, as an online teacher, I just get minimal interactions from them now, right? So, like, I got this kid he did a writing assignment, and he displayed a bad attitude in it. But it's like, that's so uncommon. It's the first bad attitude I had seen in like
Right.
2 weeks or something. It was nice. And yeah, it annoyed me about him, but at least there's a lot less of that nowadays, right now.
And I do have to say, I'm thoroughly addicted to Phantasy Star Online, so I've gotten a lot of time to play.
That's true. I mean, like I said, we finished watching Titans. We finished a whole TV show
Nope.
in a week, and I could not do that if I was working my regular hours.
Nope.
So, yeah, I hate to brag because I know a lot of you guys are having a much harder time.
I'm sorry, but
But, you know, I mean, there's a lot of times when I'm horribly busy and unhappy and stuff, and so you can understand that I gotta live it up right now. Yay! Achievement.
yeah. Oh, I agree with you, Thurinia. It amazes me. Ugh. We're there in our masks and they're like, I hate seeing my students out somewhere, like them going to Kroger or something like that, and then they're there with their parents or something and walking around with no mask and everything like that. And I'm just like, oh crap.
I mean, it's a little awkward, but it's not like we have anything to feel bad about.
I know, but still, I'm like their biology teacher, and I like, you know, I've become like surrogate mom, and I want to give them all masks.
And we, as you know, Tyler, we kept our relationship kind of discreet for most of the school year, right? And now it's just like, you know, just walk around and do a couple things and stuff.
Yeah. I can hold his hand and everything.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice. Jordan gets to stay home and get paid too. Glad to hear it. And thank you, Heaven Smile. Yeah, I mean, you guys know so much of the time I've had to work 2 jobs or even 3 jobs sometimes. So actually having some free time for once in my life, you know, and having a wonderful partner and family and all that, it's been really cool. But I still want this to be over and for everyone to be able to resume their normal lives, because I'm not going to be selfish and say, you know, just because this makes my life easier, I want the rest of the world to stop. That would be very bad. Okay,
Yeah.
what else do I want?
Thank you, Thurinia.
Yes, thank you very much. Alright.
Slow down time. Slow down
Yeah.
the speed.
Yeah, I went with the left one, whatever it was.
And you're only 6% done with the game. That feels like a little long.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels, but I mean, think about it. Do you want this game to be over in 2 hours, or do you want to get your 8 hours out of it, or 10 hours?
2 or 3. Maybe it's more fun playing, but I mean, it's the
It is.
mechanics aren't really evolving. It doesn't
Yeah, I mean, they were adding new mechanics, but I think we've got to where we've seen all the mechanics. Although there is also horseback riding, and we haven't seen that tonight.
Hey up.
Yeah, we're glad you made it, yup. How's it going?
Mr. Jordan.
Mr. Jordan?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's
so-
funny. Yeah. So, have we watched any movies lately, Brandy? Obviously, we watched the Bill and Ted movies a couple weeks ago, but
We've just mostly been watching the shows.
have I told you, Tyler, my daughter's been a lot better lately. You know, she's been
been
difficult the
amazing.
last year or two, but Yeah, these last few weeks, having her around for over a week, it's been really nice.
Cool. Good.
Yeah, doing family time, playing some video games together a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit.
Not only would I do that, Darker Player, but that's what I would campaign on if I was running for president.
Campaign on what now?
Banning Xbox and putting everyone that like it to death.
Oh, Darker
I don't know
Player.
about to death, but
No, that's the campaign strategy.
oh wow.
Why can't you just campaign on, like, no ATM fees or something like that?
My
Hate
ex-husband
it.
The
always
bank
wanted
the
to
bank lobbyists got to me already. Sorry.
Dang it.
Big
Mackenzie's dad
finance.
always joked
I'm in their
about
pocket.
running for president, and I told him he couldn't because he would get assassinated.
Aw. Apparently you could be pretty terrible and not get assassinated.
It's true.
It defies all belief sometimes.
I also told him he couldn't, deal with projectiles. Anyway,
Projectiles?
free PS5 for everyone who voted.
I don't think you can do that. I
Nice.
don't think you can bribe people for voting.
Well, they get away with a lot. There's some fairly
You
open
can't-
cheating
right,
going
you
on.
can't officially do that. You have to,
Right.
yeah, it has to go through back channels.
There has to be like 20% plausible deniability.
Yep.
What are you talking about? We just
Yeah.
picked them up and took them to the poll. They must have stolen the 8 cases of, PS5s that were in the van.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to talk about it on stream. We did talk about it earlier this week in a different stream, but like, there's some very blatant voting cheating going on in Wisconsin right now, and my sympathy goes out to the good people who live in that state who are able to be taken advantage of by some truly evil, heinous people.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
that's
have
what it makes.
people in our Peace Not group that are either from Wisconsin or have some ties to Wisconsin, and they weren't happy about that.
It's a real shame,
Simia says that's what the $1,200 we're all getting is for.
Oh, I approved your stimulus. Now vote for me. That kind of thing. Yeah. Wayne's World or Bill and Ted?
Where
That's a
is
good
my
question.
$1,200? I haven't got mine yet.
Oh, it's going on right now. Well, Platinum, for one thing, like they've had like super bad gerrymandering and things like that for at least the last 5 years. I forget. Like I forget details, unfortunately. But they're kicking it up a notch by like still having basically the votes going on, even though people are not supposed to go out and vote and stuff. And like they also found a way to purge a bunch of mail-in votes and whatnot. It's a lot of crap. And
Like, basically, to vote, you have to go and stand in line with other people to vote.
yeah, it's very naked, open cheating. It's not just one thing; it's several things, And like they've had government officials who tried to delay the vote and all that, but the ones who are in on the cheating just pushed it right on through. They're doing it anyway because screw liberty. Anyway, let's see. Several.
Yeah, I only get $1,200 because I'm single and I don't have any kids.
You don't get 1,200, or you do?
I only get $1,200, but I think people with kids get more. I thought, but maybe not.
It's
only
it's not
1,200.
as much as it used to be, but we do get a few more. But I just custody with Mackenzie's dad. Basically, we switch off years, so I get her 1 year, he gets her the other.
And Thyrania just provided a few more details on what we were saying. But anyway, yeah, we don't like to get stuck on that stuff for too long because it's not a happy topic.
Yeah.
Getting money's a happy topic, though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I wish I could be real excited about that, but I'm not. But I am glad for you guys. I like the music in this level. Ow.
I can't hear them.
Did you have to file taxes in 2018 to qualify or something?
Yes. Supposedly.
Yeah, what's messed up is that undocumented workers who do file taxes don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and didn't they even found a way to make legal sex workers not get it? There's a bunch of cruel exclusions. And I mean legal, not just prostitutes, but like people who work in the adult film industry and things like that.
Oh,
So
really?
Yes.
it's 2018 and or 2019, and maybe I will get it
That'd be nice.
because I was gonna get the $1,200, but I didn't know about the $500 for my little girl, because basically in 2018 is even numbers are the ones that he gets to claim her. And so
They
I was
just
like,
alternate.
okay. But I have physical custody. We have joint custody, but I have, physical custody. She's with me 50 weeks out of the year, so.
I'd like it better if you just always claimed her.
Eh,
That's usually how it works in this particular custody situation.
What was the income
Actually-
threshold? Was it like 75,000?
Like where it gets cut off, or what do you mean?
Yeah, where you start getting a less than a full or something.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that's like the adjusted gross income or what.
yeah. About, but, meh.
Oh, hey, Lady Kennick. Sorry, this is a family-friendly stream. I mean, you guys know that I'm a little bit naughty and stuff, but we keep the stream family-friendly because it makes it easier to get games, and I'm a parent, and some of our viewers are parents and stuff, so we discourage people from cussing in our chat. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what my 2019 AGI was. I guess I could.
As I said, it is what it is. It's cool, whatever it is. I'll pay off some of the credit cards that I put stuff on to have toilet paper.
You're not supposed to do that. Put it back
Why?
into the economy. Buy a
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah, good luck with that. Aren't they sold out everywhere?
Yeah, they are actually.
Yeah.
I'm glad to already have one. And heck, thanks to Axis, I've got a bunch of games to play. No, and like Amazon has Zelda Breath of the Wild digital version on sale for $40, which is nice because digital stuff never goes. I mean, the big Nintendo digital titles scarcely go on sale.
Yeah.
And it's not 50%, but every little bit helps. And Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and some other games too. I've been wanting to play that Donkey Kong game.
We were talking about that a lot of the online streaming services have gotten a bump because
Oh,
now
yeah.
people have time to watch.
That's true. At least some businesses are profiting from the weird way things are.
Yeah, there are some. I mean, Amazon is hiring like mad to try to get everything, to be able to fulfill orders as fast as they can and stuff.
Yeah, they were also doing the whole. Well, it was very weird because I used to order Amazon all the time, and they're like, you can choose not to get your stuff right away, so we can actually, basically deliver supplies. But then when you go to check out, it's like, oh, this is going to be here in April. I was
Yeah.
ordering it in March. I'm like,
Yeah, I have one thing that's taking like 3 weeks. Apparently, Funko
Yeah.
Pops are not essential items.
Aw.
They obviously help with my crippling anxiety to just like hold the little Funko Pop while I'm crying about the world. Now Amazon is making me wait 3 weeks to get it.
I know your Funko tea parties have got to be suffering, Tyler.
They are big time.
Well, I was trying to actually order a printer for my mother who teaches college classes.
Yeah. Like,
And it was going to be a month and a half, but I'm like, that's not going to work.
aw.
Sorry.
Yeah, physical's better than digital, Jordan.
This
Even-
is the
Even on
time.
Switch.
I'm telling you, this is the time to embrace digital. And I'm seeing people who they can't get a game physically, but they could just grab it digitally. And they're like, no, and okay, then you just don't get to have the game. Who wins in this scenario? It's not you. That's my thought on the matter. Sorry, Tyler.
It's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Sorry, but the one who gets to play the games is the winner. Ah,
I'm playing the game, just not this game.
well, yeah, but
Well, I don't think
No.
any game is that hard to get unless you're not willing to order it online.
This
right,
game?
that is true. And Animal Crossing isn't Animal Crossing having shortages, or am I wrong about that?
I didn't think so, but maybe. I don't know on that one. That's if there was one, it would be that one.
Yeah, it's a pretty hot seller.
Yeah.
I still want to know what all the hype's about.
I know I'm tempted to get it just because it's so popular. I'm silly like that.
It's cool. I love Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's cool too. You know, like if I thought it was bad but popular, then I wouldn't get it. But I know it is good, so maybe when we get paid, we'll see. But the fact that the local multiplayer setup is so bad for Animal Crossing is a deterrent, though.
Yeah, that sucks. Well,
Many weirds.
Not local multiplayer, but multiple people playing locally. Because it doesn't have actual local multiplayer.
Yeah,
or
you're right.
sort of
Multiple people playing on one copy. Or doesn't it? Isn't it like you can't even buy 2 copies? And how does
Yeah,
it work? I forget.
I think it's locked to your system.
The chore simulator. Yep, says.
I don't know if I'd like that then. I don't know.
So I guess I should use a revenge token just in case there's an achievement for it. So here goes.
What does it let you do? Like come back alive where you were instead of having to start over?
That's what I thought, but it says you'll restart the round with a larger zone and regenerate health.
Huh.
So it's just like an easier take on the level.
Easy
But,
mode, yeah.
yeah, we'll take it for one level. That's fine.
Go for it.
Revenge.
Maybe it takes an achievement away from you.
That would suck.
That really would suck.
Yeah, like for the rest of the game, you can't get the achievement because you cheated.
Oh,
Like Grand-
no, I didn't. That would suck.
No,
I was just
no.
thinking, like it somehow went into the system and removed an
Oh,
achievement.
there goes your achievement. Sorry.
Yeah.
The achievement is meanie.
No, Grand Theft Auto 4, dude. I went through the whole game without using cheats. Then near the end, I finally put in a cheat for some reason, and I accidentally saved, and it invalidates. You can't get any more achievements on that save file after that.
Right.
So then I had to give up on the game. That was really frustrating. I mean, it was cruel of them to take that. It should just, like, you get no achievements for that particular play session, but you come back and the cheat's off and you can get them again, you know? That would be more fair.
Yeah, my guess it would be more of a system issue. Like the save is just it can be one or the other or something.
The save is ruined.
Yeah.
Right, Starker player. First 4K movie.
Nice. I hope you have a 4K TV to enjoy it on. I know you got an Xbox One S, hopefully, to be able to play it.
Well, if you get the bug, you and, East have a lot to talk about.
Hey, I like that sound. Thank you for the subscription, the Braunmeister. I gotta remember to resubscribe to you too, buddy.
I really enjoyed watching your stream the other day, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Apparently the Braunmeister streams like all the time when we're not streaming. It's good that he doesn't go against us on Saturdays, but yeah, like every time we do a stream, it's like, oh, he was already streaming or something. Achievement! There was an achievement for using the Revenge... Oh, get 10. Okay, it wasn't for using it. Oh well. 5 days a week, that's a lot. But I hope everybody is following him.
To do in Australia, so.
There's not much to do.
Well, you can't go outside without getting ambushed by either a kangaroo or a drop bear, so yeah.
Yeah, and they have like all those fires down there. I assume they're still going. Coronavirus is probably fueling them.
It's burning the virus now. That's rough. Except Wednesday and Thursday. Ooh, this is cool music. The game has a lot of music, too. I mean, there's like a million billion levels, so it's good that there's a lot of different tunes.
A million billion, huh?
Yep. Which is at least a godzillion if you work out the math of it.
Not Godzillion, Godzillion.
If you say so. So, Tyler, have you watched any movies or shows lately?
Just Fargo season 2. Then I rewatched season 1 because I remembered how good it was.
Oh
And
my
I watched
gosh.
Parasite.
Oh, right, Parasite.
And that was terrible. And,
We gotta get you in on some Bill and Ted.
And I think that's it. I watched The Green Book too.
Was that okay? It looked alright.
I mean, it's a happy movie. Yay! The world loves it. Everyone in the world loves each other, and we're all gonna be okay. But yeah, it was alright. It's kind of funny in places.
We watched Bloodshot.
Oh yeah, we watched the movie Bloodshot. How could I forget?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel starred in his own superhero movie finally that wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy where he just voice acted. And I mean, it never looked particularly amazing or whatever, but the quarantine happened like right after it came out, like immediately after. So they just started selling it straight to video right away. So I bought it digitally to be able to watch it. To me, that's exciting to be able to get a theater fresh movie at home. And it was tolerable. I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10 or so. He's okay. Do you know what the character of Bloodshot is like?
I don't know anything about it.
Well, basically he's a soldier who died, and he gets brought back to life with nanotechnology that lets him heal really well and be extra fast and stuff like that. So, I mean, not the most exciting concept for a character or anything. But
grayish white, but he's not in the...
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't like. In the comics, he has, like, pale white skin, like, as a result of what's happened to him or whatever. In the movie, it's like that for, like, maybe 1 or 2 minutes of the film.
I'd
and
say
the rest
about 5, because it's that one big scene, but other than that...
okay. A very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, he just looks like Vin Diesel. But the reason that I'm not crazy about the movie is, like, well, for one thing, it's, like, a little too CG heavy. But there's just no characters to latch onto. Like the Bloodshot guy, you feel a little bit for him because of his plight, because he was done wrong. But except for that, he has no personality. And nobody else... So few of the characters in the movie have any kind of personality. It's just not... Like a Marvel movie would give you better characters to hang the story onto.
I agree. It's just the dust in that scene. And yeah, I did like the programmer.
I know, there's like one likable guy, and he's just a little side character.
Yeah.
You need the main character to be more likable. That's how Marvel did so well with Thor and Captain America and all these characters that weren't that big before,
Yeah. But I don't know.
I watched a little bit of Onward, but I haven't finished it.
I need to see that.
Why didn't you finish it?
I mean, that's alright. I didn't have a ton of time when I was watching it to watch it all. But it's not amazing, but it's alright.
What about the Simpsons short? Did you get to see that?
No, I didn't watch it. I heard it's
that's
weird.
that's what I'm interested in, is what that's like.
I want to see Onward, but
I don't know if the Simpsons short is it on Disney Plus?
I mean, if Onward is, it would be, but the movie isn't on Disney Plus, is it?
unless it
Onward's
was
on
free.
Disney Plus.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have put it together with it, but maybe not.
Okay, Platinum.
Like, it didn't start with it like it would in theater, no.
Are you saying
that's
to
too
avoid
bad.
Bloodshot or avoid Onward?
Who?
Platinum.
Oh. Yeah, no, but I mean, Bloodshot's not terrible. It's just kind of blah. It's just very plain by the numbers.
Okay.
Vin Diesel is somewhat likable, but you gotta, characters need more than that.
And it looks like the new Birds of Prey movie is rentable on Amazon, and I have some credit there from delaying packages, so I'll
you
probably
should.
watch that this week.
That'd be great, Tyler. Then we'll watch it, because we bought it, and then we could talk about it on the next stream.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it by next week.
Excellent.
But
Thank
you've
you,
seen
Plat.
it, right? You just want to
Yeah.
rewatch it.
Yeah, just to rewatch it
Yeah.
because I bought it anyway. So
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. I've
But
been meaning
there's-
to watch it.
Theater.
I heard it could be good, so.
there's some comic fans who are not excited about how dramatically they changed some of the characters. Like, for instance, there's this character, Cassandra Cain, who's like a Batgirl type character. I forget what her actual code name is. In the comics, that's what she's like, right? And in the movie, she's like a precocious teenager. Oh, and one thing is she can't talk in the comics. Like, she's mute, completely mute. And she's a precocious teenager who does talk. So it's like, it's not the same character at all. Why is she called Cassandra Cain? But if you didn't read the comics, then, that wouldn't... Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I don't particularly like that character, so I don't hate her, but I mean, I just didn't care. But I think the movie on the whole is a good, fun movie. It's very well directed, and
It
it's
is
funny. Good
Very
action.
much Harley Quinn, not the other ones.
Yeah,
The
it's
focus
mostly
is on
Harley
her,
Quinn.
So.
Platinum is right about Bloodshot. They were kind of like hoping for some Fast and the Furious good vibes and stuff, and it didn't quite work out, I suppose. Okay. So, wow, it's we got to the end of the stream and I didn't even realize it. Tonight just flew right by. Have we done the last round of the contest?
I think so. They gave away the movie.
Yeah, the movie and the game are given away.
All right, who won the game? We're gonna check that out,
Shih Tzu,
Platinum.
I think.
Darker player won something.
All right, Shih Tzu's due for a win. Darker Player won the movie.
Yeah, we got DC now, so we're gonna watch the Harley Quinn.
Oh look, yeah, we'll watch it soon. Because my daughter, she's supposed to go home in a couple days, and then we can watch it. And look, there's a bunch of unlockable modes. Hey, there is a co-op mode. Play Survival
Yes.
Tower with a friend locally. Sweet. Battle enemies
No
and this
Luca.
stupid cat at the same time. I want to see that real quick. Congrats, Shih Tzu.
The cat?
Yeah, well, let's see what it looks like, and then we'll wrap things up.
It's like you're gonna have to go hand to hand with the cat while everyone else is still rushing you.
Ah! What the heck? No, Luca, no! I hope there's an achievement for this. 'Cause that's cute.
Why?
Bad kitty! No, Luca, no!
I mean, that's definitely my cat.
That's,
Black,
That's very
right in
charming.
front of you.
That's true. It looks a lot
Green
like
Green
it.
eyes.
the whole time.
Yep.
No! So let's go ahead and wrap it up. I've been having such a great time hanging out with everybody. Yeah, it does look a little bit like an Adult Swim Games type game.
I think
Just those-
Royal Bob would love it.
Yeah, you're right. If he could stick around for more than 5 seconds, right?
That's
Because
my
I know he was
cat.
here earlier.
He dropped in for like 10 seconds to give us a quick update.
My cat.
Yep.
Just saying.
Oh, Royal Bob. He wanted to drop a conversation starter and then not participate in any of the rest of the conversation. That's our Royal Bob.
Well, my
Bless his heart.
18-year-old cat that looked almost exactly like that was Connor. Now I have a tuxedo named Sweetie.
Aw,
So,
tuxedo cat.
I'm allergic to cats.
Dang.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's got to be rough, Tyler. You
Yeah.
can't have the only good kind of pet there is to have.
No, dogs are way better. I mean, dogs are super annoying, but they're still way better.
The thing about
Depends
people's
on the
dogs
dog.
is they like to bother everyone else in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Or a lot of people's dogs. People who let their dogs outside or leave them outside. They just
Well, yeah.
bark and are unpleasant.
Yeah, for sure.
But then, like, smart, good dogs are a whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're well trained and all
So,
that.
yeah, so this isn't a level, I think.
Hmm.
Because your counter is going up at the top, not down.
So
Yeah, it
it's never
is.
going to end, is that what you're
I
saying?
think it's never ending until you die.
I
It's
don't
more-
know.
So,
Let's see if it ends because it's 93, 94, 95.
oh yeah, we're almost to
Eight.
100, but yeah, 100 kills until next tier, so you
Okay,
can
yeah, it
achieve
is.
new tiers for some reason.
Ah.
This is really the best way to play this game
Yeah,
if you think
with the big
about
old
it.
cat on half your screen.
I still think it should go back and forth.
I know, I was
You
hoping it
know.
would move too.
Right, you know, so it
Or pop
blocks
in and
different
out
parts.
and like come
Yeah.
and maybe have a pop down at super crucial times to piss you off or something.
Yeah, and it'd be nice if there was a button I could push to shoo it away or something.
Yeah,
for
and
at
then
least
it
a little
comes
while.
back,
Yeah.
That would have made it a little bit more interactive, but it's still a funny concept.
Well, it depends, yep. You know, like there's different kinds of dogs and whatnot. But yeah, it's when they bark and bother the rest of the neighborhood that's really annoying.
Tiny dog syndrome.
Yeah, dogs are super annoying, but they're still cool.
Yeah, for me it totally depends. Like a good dog I will like, and every other kind of dog, which is like 75% of the dogs I meet, I do not like. But anyway, yay, we did that. That was a fun additional mode. You just have to complete the tutorial, and you unlock a bunch of extra stuff. So that's nice. Guys, we've been playing One Finger Death Punch 2 for Xbox One. It's also available on Switch and Steam, and hopefully it'll come to PlayStation 4 someday. I'm sorry you're having to miss out on this, T-Dog.
Yeah, poor me.
But it's only $9 on console, and to me it's a lot of fun. You know, like, there's not that much variety, but the experience is just always engaging and rewarding for me, so I like it a lot. So thanks a lot, Silver Dollar Games, for donating a copy to give away tonight. Thanks, Tyler, for co-hosting.
Yep, happy to be here.
Excellent. Thank you, Brandy.
Always.
That's a very interesting perspective there, yep. All right. Thank you, Icky, for running the contest. All of you guys for hanging out with us. Love you guys, and remember, don't hate, appreciate.
See you guys.
Later.
That ought to hold those little SOBs.
You're welcome, BX Latino, Chicago, Lady Canuck, Shih Tzu, Heaven's Smile.
Oh, Heaven Smile gave your stream a less than 3.
What? Oh no, that does say less than 3. Ouch.
So rude.
Man.
That's not hard.
This just means that we have to step up our game.
Yep. If you're getting a less than 3 out of the stream,
I know, let's at least aim for a 4, okay? And then we'll
Right.
see where we can go
Weapon
from there.
is 1 is the best artist you ever got. I mean, 3's pretty good in that.